This is a video showing you guys how to factor again using the T method when there is not a number in the front or when the number in the front happens to be 1. So here we're given x squared plus 2x minus 15. This is problem number 2 on assignment number 6. So on this problem, we don't have a number in the front, so we are going to assume that in front of this x squared, we're going to have a number 1. So the first step to solving any problem, or factoring any polynomial, is to multiply your first and your last number. So here we're going to multiply 1 times negative 15, which is going to give us negative 15. You are going to tell me what are the factors of 15, what multiplies to 15. For example, you always have the factor of 1 because you can multiply 1 times anything to get the number itself. So we're going to multiply 1 times 15 to get 15. Right now, I really don't care about whether it's positive or negative. In the next column, we're going to find out what signs do they need to have. So the other thing that can multiply to 15 is 3 and 5. Anything else that can multiply to 15? No, right? If I try to divide it by 2, I would get a decimal, which would not work out. If I try to divide it by 4, I would also get a decimal. So the next factor will be 5, which is already starting to repeat my list again. So out of those, I need the thing that's going to give me a positive 2 in the middle. Either by adding or subtracting, I need to get a positive 2 in the middle. So out of those two options, out of 1 and 15 and 3 and 5, which one's going to give me positive 2 in the middle, either by adding or subtracting? It's going to be 3 and 5. Because this is a positive 2, automatically the biggest number also needs to be positive. So the 5 automatically has to be positive because we want to have a positive answer at the end. So the only thing that you get to decide is whether this 3 has to be positive or a negative. If you have a positive and a negative answer, you're going to subtract those two numbers to get the number on the top. If you have two the same sign, whether they be two positives or two negatives, you would add them together to get the top number. So here, I want to be able to subtract them to get 2. So I should have a positive 5 and a negative 3 to add up to positive 2. All right, so we're almost done. You are going to have 2 parentheses because the whole point of factoring is to get 2 sets of parentheses that multiplied give you this number back, this equation back, or this expression back because it doesn't have an equal sign. So all you're going to do is you're going to start both of those parentheses with the 1x squared. If there's a 6x in the front, then it would start with 6x on both parentheses. If there was a 10x, then both of these would start with 10x. But here, because they both start with the 1, they're going to each of them have 1x. Notice it's a 1x, not an x squared. Because if you have a power of 1 and another power of 1, when you add them together, you will get that 2 back. You're splitting this 2 into each parentheses evenly to get 1 and 1. All right, this is the same thing as just having an x by itself. So like each parenthesis would just say x and x. You do not have to put the exponent and you do not have to put the 1 in the front. Those two are implied numbers. All right, so on the second part of the parentheses, you're going to put this negative 3 into one of them. It doesn't matter whether you put it in the front or in the back, but you're going to put this negative 3 there. And the second parenthesis is going to have the positive 5. Again, it doesn't matter whether you put it first or you put it last. Those two are equal to each other. All right, so you can either have this answer right here, which is great, or you could also have it without the 1 next to the 1. So you can have x minus 3, or it could also be x plus 5 first, and x minus 3. Both of those are exactly the same thing. Put it small so you know that they're both equal to each other. All right. And lastly, on the other problems that you guys did, you could simplify. Here, can I divide both of these numbers by anything? Can I divide 1 and 3 by anything other than 1? No, you can only divide both of them by 1. And can you divide 1 and 5 by anything? Also no. So this is as far as you can take your answers. So I suggest that if you have something that starts with a 6, a 2, a 5, an 8, if there's a number in the front that's bigger than 1, normally there will be at least one parenthesis that you can simplify. So make sure you check that. Make sure you know what the answer is at the end. So lastly, let's go back to question number 2 on assignment number 6. They're asking you which expression is a factor of the question that we just factored. So we said that we got x plus 5 and x minus 3, right? So which of those is in these answer choices? Either the x plus the 5 or the x minus 3. There's only one of those that's going to be in the answer. So the only one that I see there is the x minus 3. The other ones are not going to be your answers. So your answer should be D. All right, make sure you use this video to do like the same things that you learned in this video to do the other problems that's given in your assignment, okay? And let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to record more videos to help y'all.